Tonight we are honoring a group of Northeast Ohioans who made history during World War II. They were part of an Army battalion made up of all black women and were awarded a Congressional Medal.
And during the war, they cleared out a backlog of millions of pieces of undelivered mail. And tonight, News 5's Maya Lockett spoke with the families of these women about the efforts to keep their legacies alive.
I never didn't hear stories about the 688.
Daniel Smith's childhood was filled with war stories about his aunt, Major Margaret E. Barnes Jones.
She would talk about her service to her country, but more importantly, the sacrifice the women made.
The Oberlin native was a member of the historic 6888 Central Postal Directory Battalion, or the 6888. The unit's 850 African-American women were the only black females to serve overseas in World War II.
Black women repeatedly were denied the opportunity to serve overseas. There was a letter in May of 1944 from First Lady Eleanor Roosevelt to the director of the Women's Army Corps, Ovida Culp-Hoppe, and in it she says, when are they going to get their opportunity to go?
And in December 1944, Charity Adams, the highest-ranking African-American woman in the Army, agreed to assemble the women who would become the 6888.
You are to be sworn in.
Sisters Debbie and Donna still have their mother's original documents when Clevelander Alma Minter joined the 6888.
I didn't know it as the 6888.
Not knowing their mother and the rest of the 6888 were responsible for raising the morale in the Army. When the women arrived in France, they were given an assignment to tackle an enormous mail backlog of 17 million pieces of mail dating back 3 years.
They really viewed it as an assignment that they were being set up to fail, that no one thought they could succeed at it because no one had succeeded at it before.
The unit was given 6 months to complete the task. The 6888 did it in 3.
And even like General Eisenhower recognized that how important mail was for the morale of his troops.
The story of the 6888 was brought to a wider audience in 2024 when Tyler Perry debuted the 6888 movie on Netflix.
I watched it over and over and over.
We were bursting with pride. We couldn't wait.
And Sandusky Museum Director Molly Sampson served as a historical consultant on the film.
It's not such a hidden, forgotten thing that nobody knows about anymore. People are starting to recognize it.
Minter's daughters came up with the idea of putting their mom's name on a local post office.
In this country, she had to eat her ice cream on the curb. She wasn't allowed to go inside the ice cream parlor.
And now Congresswoman Shontel Brown is working on renaming the Collinwood Post Office after Minter.
She was able, with her battalion, to take on this challenge and really shift the morale of the men to thrust us towards victory. Is a monumental achievement that really deserves to be highlighted.
And in Oberlin, March 9th will be known as Major Margaret E. Barnes Jones Day, a day for all to learn from.
They are Margaret E. Barnes Jones walking around, and they may not know it yet, but soon they will. And I'm just a keeper of the flame, and I'm passing it down to them.
Maya Lockett, News 5.